Now over to the East Coast, Florida Panthers versus Tampa Bay Lightning. This should be exciting. This should be fun. I think this one should be good. I don't have a lot to say on this one. I am a little worried for Florida because they should have handled business against Capitals much quicker. But again, I will not put too much on the first round because, like I said, we've seen with other teams, they may have a phenomenal first round and they just have a flop of a second round, or vice versa. They barely get through the first round and they look stellar in the second. So I'm gonna say Florida still takes this. I'm gonna say Florida takes it in 6.
This reminded me a lot of the Edmonton series, where again, yes, Kings lost in the first round, so I'm very bitter. But I still come back to, like, if you're Edmonton and you have to make a deep run, you probably should have handled business sooner rather than later. But when you handled business, you handled business. Same thing applies to you, Florida. You probably shouldn't have been down like as many times as you were in the series. But in games 5 and 6, when it was time to come back, you showed up. And that's good. That shit ain't going to work against Tampa.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Too fucking good. Hedman is too fucking good. Sergachev, like, you can just keep listing everybody off.
That's
Cirelli, Killorn, like,
they have to stop going down and trying to come back. It's like you said, it's not going to work against this team.
It's not.
It may happen once, maybe twice, but no more than 2. I know more than 2 times.
And again, I know Toronto, it fucking sucks. The fact that they were like, they went into that game, we want the lead, we will play defense against the Toronto Maple Leafs, is an astounding accomplishment, and they did it. A 2-1 game. That's all they wanted. They wanted to control. Florida looked a lot more sloppier than Toronto did in round 1. So they have a lot of depth. They have a lot of depth. So it's, can you clean up your act? Can you start off strong against Tampa, because you're going to need to? And we'll see. Like, Battle of Florida is going to be real good. It was real good last year. And Tampa kind of schooled them because, I mean, they've been there, done that. Oh, it's going to be interesting to see if they learned anything from that. But, like, they have, like, Claude Giroux there now. Sam Reihart's there. Like, that's a lot of depth. Duclair's good. Verhaeghe. He's second in the league in playoff points right now, right behind Connor McDavid. I think he has 12 in 6 games. McDavid has 14 and 7. Like, Carter Verhaeghe might have a revenge series against the Tampa Bay Lightning if he keeps it up.
Yeah, it should be interesting. This one should be fun. To round it out for the playoffs chat, and then we'll quickly go over some Vegas news. Carolina Hurricanes versus Rangers. I'm actually least excited for this series. I
am not shocked. I knew this is the one you were talking about when you're like, oh, this one I don't really, whatever.
I don't really care for the series. I don't know what it is.
Why?
I don't know. I don't. This one doesn't make for an exciting matchup, in my opinion. That's why. Wow, we have the Battle of Florida, the best team of this season versus the best team of the last 2 years. The Battle of Alberta will be a bloodbath, and that's going to be just chef's kiss. I think it's going to be must-watch hockey. And Colorado, St. Louis. Again, Colorado is just exciting team to watch. And St. Louis is I think it's the perfect adversary to Colorado style-wise, where I don't see that in Carolina and New York. And to be honest with you, I had New York going far. I had them going to the conference finals. After seeing them play against Pittsburgh, it's a
little shaky now.
It's a little shaky. It's a Shesterkin show for sure. I don't know if he can keep on doing this against a better team. I mean, it's hard to call Carolina a better team than Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh, again,
I would say deeper team.
There we go. Thank you. A deeper team, a team that truly runs 4 lines. Every team says this. Well, yeah, we roll out 4 lines and we just got to hit them with every line.
Remember when they stole Jesperi Kotkaniemi from the Montreal Canadiens? He's on their 4th line.
And he's
center.
And
not
scores.
Because he's bad.
And he scores.
It's not because he's bad. It's because they're that deep.
Yep. Kotkaniemi is at least at 3rd line on any team.
He has a career high in goals this year. He's pretty good. Defensively, again, I think he's a little bit underrated. It's going to be the depth of the Carolina Hurricanes versus Igor Shesterkin. And can the New York Rangers improve 5-on-5? Because they got worked 5-on-5 the entire series against the Penguins.
Eric, guess who doesn't take many penalties?
This is the Carolina Hurricanes.
The Carolina Hurricanes. I forgot what they were, but they're like one of the they take the lead. I want to say they were the least amount penalized team, maybe second least. Like they were pretty much down there. Like they don't take penalties.
Yeah, but it's basically like it's funny because like Shesterkin had to play against basically backups up until Game 7. Like he played against the Smiths and Louis Domingue. He's got to play against the backup again this time. Like he has Antti Ranta over there. Like we'll see. It'll be real interesting to see if and when we see Frederik Andersen in the series, because Antti Ranta played a great Game 7. So do you just throw him out for Game 1 and see what happens with Andersen and being like, all right, Ranta's back there. We know he could do it. He played great round 1. Or do you continue with Ranta until you need Freddie?
That's the problem. Like I said, again,
and a problem at goalie is the worst problem to have.
We'll never, take it from me. You never like with Jari. I don't know if putting him in for Game 7 after being out was the right decision.
He played fine, but also apparently he was like limping around after Game 7 anyway, so he wasn't healthy. But he played okay. He wasn't the reason they lost.
No, he was not the reason they lost. And he didn't give up any bad goals either. But he also wasn't incredible. Not that Domingue's been incredible either.
I was about to say, Domingue's a good AHL guy. Like, you kind of have to go to Jari. You kind of have to go to Jari.
It's interesting what Carolina will do. But, I mean, Ride, the goalie that's hot, even though, I mean, it's hard to argue that he was super hot, but either way, bold prediction, Carolina in 5. I no longer believe in New York like I did before. Prove me wrong, New York.
Carolina in 6. It's a Carolina in 6.
So
I think Shesterkin's good enough to win too.
Oh, we didn't even say predictions for Florida Tampa, by the way.
That's going in 7. Everyone's dying, but Tampa's going over. But there is a big X factor. Braden Point's not playing that series, but I'll still say Tampa in 7.
I'm going to say Florida in 7. I'm going to say
Florida's too chaotic for me. Like, I chose Florida to win the Cup this year.
Again.
So I'm going against my own pick, but I'm not impressed that round 1.